So still many are concerned a return to in-person teaching would put students and staff at risk of contracting COVID-19, but students staying at home may not be the best for the educational needs of every single child. Well, joining me this morning is a mother of two, Antonia Richardson, and we're also going to bring in a parenting and education expert into this conversation, Dr. Karen Aronian, in just a minute. But first, I want to say good morning to you, Antonia. Good to see you. I know that you have two boys, 9 and 11, right? Prince George's County. Tell me what it's like preparing for back to school, because it's different than any other year we've experienced.
Yeah. Actually, I feel like the conversation just kind of started as far as like what school's going to look like between, my tribe and I. But just kind of preparing them for learning online. So I had to sign my youngest son up for summer school because he had a hard time during the whole virtual learning the first go round. So kind of to get him used to it. But just really going through the different options that Montgomery County has given us to see what will work best, because like you said, all parents can't stay home to really give their kids.
And I know that you're a podcaster, you're also in the mommy space. And so what are you hearing from other moms? I mean, has it been a real scramble trying to figure this out? I know when we started the distance learning thing, my husband and I, we got online and we're like buying all of the textbooks online so that we could educate ourselves on everything. But what has been the biggest challenge?
Their kids' safety, honestly. When the conversations are coming up, they're already like, you know what, my kids' safety matters most, so they're definitely going to be staying home. But what does that staying home looks like to all of them? So, yeah, honestly, their kids' safety and also the teacher's safety, because you never know who may not be telling the truth about, if they tested positive or not. So either the teacher's safety and the kids.
Well, I do want to bring in Dr. Karen, because I know that Dr. Karen Aronian, she is standing by here to join our conversation as well. Dr. Karen, are you there? Can you hear me?
Good morning, Angie. Yes.
Good morning. Good to hear from you. So as we prepare for the fall here, what are the biggest fears that we're seeing out there with parents? Because we hear so much. It's like we're oversaturated. There's so much noise out there. So what would you say the biggest fear that you're hearing on your end is, and how do we approach that?
Certainly. What we're looking at right now, it seems to be a need for parent education. Parents want to have schools delivered to them how they're going to go about distance learning this fall, how they're going to prepare their children if they are in person. So this need for parents to more or less have their own teacher education is key, along with getting materials, curriculum, and how to instruct from their own teachers and their own districts.
And we've also heard from parents who have students that have different needs or special needs or didn't do well with the distance learning. And so for those parents, what do you recommend?
Absolutely true. We definitely need contingency plans. Right now, it's so important to be advocating for yourself, for your child, for reaching out to your school districts and asking them what they have in place, reaching back to your past teacher. They've talked about looping into the future where you have one teacher remaining with a class going forward so that you can have that consistency. Whether that happens or not, you reach to your current district right now and ask them for materials, and you start thinking about, what will I do in terms of childcare? Who do I have in my home I can count on? How can I partner with my husband and we can split up the teaching that's going to be needed? And who else is in my family, perhaps siblings, right? And then again, reaching out to even a friend or a neighbor who might want to, give their assistance. In my hometown where I live, we started an initiative called Teacher to Neighbor, where we have people that are in our community that are past teachers, that are new teachers, that had once been teachers, that are volunteering to help students and families at this time.
Oh, wow. Great insight. And real quick, I want to wrap with Antonia. If you could just give your one best piece of advice through all this for other parents out there that are struggling and have a little anxiety going into the fall.
I would say try to make it the best at-home experience that we can. I know the first wave we were almost forced into it, but like she just said, getting those resources, and there are lots of moms out there sharing those resources on how to make that experience better. So of course, educating ourselves and also just making it a better experience this go around for them so that the kids can, feel like they're really learning in school. And
two things that I can take away from both of y'all is support, support, support. Let's lean on our friends. Let's lean on our fellow parents. Thanks so much, Antonia and Dr. Karen, for your time this morning.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.